I know, like, what the hell? Either 20 minutes.
Welcome to UCLA Extension Department of Business, Management, and Legal Programs video lecture series on entrepreneurship, new venture formation, and strategic business plan development. The video you're about to watch gives an introduction and instructions on how to develop, write, and establish a business mission statement. I'm Harry Redinger, your instructor. There is a total of over 40 videos in our lecture series that integrates with our UCLA Extension online course management program, Canvas. Each video strives to be brief, however, they do overlap with each other to tie our curriculum together. Okay, let's get started. Like our other videos, we're going to start this video off with four potential final exam questions to pique our interest as we go through to look for the answers. The first question is, what are the three parts of a mission statement? And as you already probably know now, what are we selling? To whom are we selling? And what makes us competitively different? The next question is, why do we call a mission statement a law? And we'll soon find out, to establish consistency. So everything we do must comply with a mission statement, and everything a department does within our infrastructure is to support our mission statement. Our next question, why do we want to find an image that depicts the execution of our mission statement? And we're soon going to learn about one of our strategies is a vision board strategy, or our vision of success strategy. And by having visions that depict the key elements of our overall strategy, our mission, our vision, our structure, our phase of competitive development, it's a very effective way to communicate to staff and management your vision as an entrepreneur as to our mission statement and how we're going to execute it to build our infrastructure, to execute our mission statement, to build our infrastructure, to achieve our vision of success statement. And last but not least, our final question is, why do we want to recite our mission statement several times per day? There's an area of psychology called Neuro-Linguistic programming. And by saying a statement over and over and over again in our mind, or reading it, or having it where we can read it several times a day, it becomes ingrained. We start to make little decisions on a daily, weekly, monthly, hourly basis to make that vision of success, that mission come true. So because it's a law, and if we, management and staff, are always reciting it, we always have this focus on what we're all about, our identity, and thus our corporate culture. So our first image up here really wants to drive home in a visual graphic kind of way, a mission statement is a law. That you as the entrepreneur, the president, the CEO of your organization, uses to make decision and or to pass judgment in certain situation as to what the right thing to do is. But all that we do, and all that the organization does, and all that each department does, is to support and project the mission statement of the organization. What is a mission statement? We're going to have several slides that just deal with what is a mission statement. Your mission statement is a law that establishes what you are selling, to whom you're selling, and what makes you competitively different. That doesn't get much more simple than that. But it's amazing how if you ask most CEOs what their mission statement is, they'll blah, 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 and they really can't answer that question. So we really want to keep it simple. Like if someone comes up to you and sticks a gun in your face in a dark alley, tell me, your mission statement or your life type thing, you should be able to recite it. So that's one of the reasons why we want to keep it simple and memorize it. Our next slide. Yeah. Mission statements establish market and organizational consistency. And now this might be kind of funny that I have a big brass bell here. But if I went up to this big brass bell and put all my weight into it, or let's put it over here, I might be able to get it to move 1/4 of an inch. Now, symbolically, this brass bell is the economy, the marketplace, and where I'm pushing is the mission statement. And that point of what I'm selling, to whom I'm selling, and what makes me competitively different in the marketplace. And if I put all my weight into it again, I might get it up to a 1/2 an inch, and up to 3/4 of an inch, and then up to an inch, and then 1.5 inches, and slowly but surely, I'm taking this, say, 5,000-pound bell, and I can get this thing swinging back and forth by putting some 160, 70 pounds, into it to get it going back and forth. And so by putting the little bit of energy that you as an entrepreneur have into what you're selling, to whom you're selling, and what makes you competitively different over about, so let's say if I keep doing this for 2.5 hours, I might get the bell swinging back and forth, but symbolically, it takes 2.5 years of being consistent, pushing, promoting your mission statement, what you're selling, to whom you're selling in the marketplace, but before the bell goes dong, dong, and everybody hears you, and this is where the exponential growth curve and the magic of business starts to happen. So that's why it's important that we don't change. We're consistent with our mission statement. These 2 sentences: what are we selling, to whom we're selling, and what makes us competitively different, because it takes 2.5 years of consistently promoting that to the marketplace before the market starts to respond to your mission statement. So that's one of the one of the best kept secrets of entrepreneurship, is establishing that consistency of what are you selling, to whom you're selling, and what makes you competitively different in the marketplace. The mission statement is the foundation of everything. Everything rests its weight on it. So the mission statement is the foundation for the vision of success statement. It's the foundation for the organizational structure, and it's the foundation for your phases of competitive development. Everything weighs on it, okay? And as we have stated, by the way, in other lectures, and it sets upon your company history or your biography. So who you are as an entrepreneur, the mission statement has to be a natural progression. Your life story has to be a natural progression to present this mission statement to the marketplace. A mission statement must be short and to the point. Try to say it with only 2 sentences. Sometimes in areas of what makes us competitively different, we might add 1 or 2 more sentences, but as best as we can, 2 sentences. What are we selling, to whom we're selling, and what makes us competitively different? Your mission statement must be valid for a 1-person firm or a 500-person firm. If your mission statement has anything to do whatsoever with volume or vision of success type stuff, then all of a sudden it's not scalable. If we have to rewrite our mission statement every time we grow, what a mess. Okay, so it's going to trip us up every time we experience any kind of growth. So the nature and implementation of the mission statement should be valid if it's a 1-person firm or a 500-person firm. It merely deals with what we're selling, to whom we're selling, and what makes us competitively different. Okay, so a mission statement is 2 sentences, which we've stated quite a few times by now. The first sentence is what are we selling, and to whom are we selling? To, and what makes us competitively different. Why is someone going to hire you versus somebody else? How do you differentiate yourself in the marketplace and make you stand out in some kind of way? And how you differentiate yourself also wants to be how you want to be remembered even after you pass. It wants to stem from what makes you different as a person. So sometimes it's tough to find a way to differentiate your business in the same way that you differentiate yourself in a way that just dumb you is you. It's you being natural. It's not you trying to be someone you're not. One of my favorite books here is The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. And the reason why I bring this up, and I just, you can get audiobook versions of this, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of the contents of what's in this book, to be aware of it when developing and executing a mission statement. So this book, The Tipping Point, deals with little things that can create a pandemic of demand for what you're selling. How can you tweak what you're selling to whom you're selling in just the kind of way that makes you different and unique, that everyone's got to have it? And this book is just full of just fabulous examples of how to differentiate yourself, how to find that little difference that creates huge demands for what you're selling, to whom you're selling, and what makes you competitively different. And also studies very closely how social networks work. Because in this day and age, being able to differentiate yourself relevant to a social network, which is whom you're selling to, it's just so important and so effective to find and capture success. This is one of my favorite diagrams in this video lecture series, and you've probably seen it before if you've watched any of the other videos. But if we look at it, it's got the biography of our life, the company history, the life story. It has time now, the Myers-Briggs type indicator, your innate personality. It's got the strongest inventory, your career skills. But the mission statement's got to split right down the center of that. So everything you're about, all the experience of your life, in a way, have. And if your life story is a curriculum, we want to be able to show how every little aspect of the story of your life supports your mission statement, what you're selling, to whom you're selling, what makes you competitively different. So you are unquestionably, overwhelmingly qualified to execute this mission statement based on your life story. So, and this is why it's so important to write a really super quality biography and company history up to this point, because it allows us to really take every little aspect of those two sentences and tie them back into our life story in some kind of way. Thus, in essence, making our mission statement like a destiny statement. This is in our vision of success, clearly is going to be a destiny statement. But this is how we're going to achieve our life destiny. So think of your mission statement as a common denominator of all of your life's experiences. I'm going to read very quickly an example mission statement here, and it's on a bakery. And so Crazy Oats Bakery develops, designs, and produces artisan baked products for consumers with discretionary buying power. Now I'm going to stop here. I'm going to highlight that first sentence. The objective here is to establish what we're selling and to whom we're selling. Crazy Oats Bakery, and we could say Crazy Oats Bakery's mission statement is to develop, design, and produce artisan baked products for consumers with discretionary buying power, meaning people who got money. People can come in and buy a cup of coffee and 3 rolls and drop $20. I don't know if that might, but it could be. Crazy Oats Bakery will differentiate itself in the marketplace by letting its customers see and experience the bakery equipment and operations, and offering the option of dining at the bakery in a comfortable and contemporary environment. So it's an exhibition bakery. So we can get, just from that alone, we can identify whom we're selling to, we can identify the product, and then how we're differentiating ourselves is the environment that people would buy and consume the product, being an exhibition bakery. And most bakeries, or donut shops, well, all that stuff's being, done behind closed doors. You don't say what's going on. Okay, so that's a good example of a business mission statement. The mission statement must be stable and not change. It acts like a beacon. And so this is meant to, in a way, to be just like the bell, the 5,000-pound brass bell we shared with you a minute ago. Here, it wants to symbol. It's almost like a vision of success, but it wants to be a projection of what we're about, but can also be looked upon as a beacon that we're drawn towards. All departments and job descriptions within the business must support the business mission statement. So we don't want, everyone going this way and someone going that way. Everything that everyone does has to support it. Now, when we get into how to develop our organizational structure aspects of our curriculum, we're going to learn how to write department mission statements. So we can have a mission statement and organizational structure for the entire organization, but each department within the organization is going to have a department description, if you will, a department mission statement, and it's going to have an organizational structure for that department. So the department description or department mission is to support the overall umbrella mission statement of the organization. The mission statement points and guides you in an economic direction. So here's my nifty compass. And so when we figure out and if there's 360 degrees here, and our mission statement should identify a particular, shall we say, economic destination. So, just like north, east, south, and west, let's say that there's 360 degrees of SIC codes. And we use the SIC code, the standard industry code, to research in industries, and we're going to learn about that when we do our video on industry analysis. But our mission statement should be able to give us a compass direction on where we're going. So once we get it, we can then look through here and then see which tree or mountain we should hike in the direction of. And so the mission statement gives us a sense of direction. We're going this way, not that way. Your company name, logos, taglines must communicate the mission statement. So the first thing we do when we develop branding is we develop the mission statement. Then from there, the logo and the colors and the slogans and taglines. So the mission statement is the tool, the tail, the dog that wags the tail. It establishes literally everything the organization's about. Those two sentences are going to be the impetus for our corporate culture, for strategy, for our business model, everything. So when we develop our company name, when we develop our logo, our slogan, our tagline, and all that kind of stuff, they in some way or another have to support our mission statement. I'm a big fan, as I mentioned earlier, of vision boards and an image that depicts us executing the mission statement to build the organization structure to achieve the vision of success statement. And so when we develop our mission statement, we also want to find an image that depicts us executing the mission statement. And it can also be interchangeable with our vision of success statement, but in essence, so we had a mission statement for a bakery, and here's somebody who's got a bakery, and there's baked goods here. And obviously, it looks like an exhibition, very fancy type, artisan products and a contemporary type place to dine in and enjoy your baked goodies. So we want to find an image that we bond with. Symbolically, that image is interchangeable with our mission statement. Neuro-Linguistic programming and a mission statement. Recite your mission statement several times a day to help you internalize your mission statement so you can radiate the energy of your mission statement to others. So much of what we do as an entrepreneur is projecting our aura of success, our aura of self-confidence. And I believe the first step to acquiring an aura of success, an aura of competency. So when someone meets you before you, within 5 seconds, 7 seconds of meeting you, that they can tell that you are a man or a woman on a mission. You are a man or a woman that has internalized the mission vision of your organization to achieve success. And the first step of embracing this self-perception is this really cool mission statement, because this mission statement is what the business is all about, and as you as an entrepreneur, it's what you're all about. So to take this and understand and embrace what you're selling, to whom you're selling, and what makes you competitively different, so that if someone says, what is it that you do, it's simple, it's short, it's to the point, and it's done with an air of self-confidence that there's no question that you're competent, and then they might want to know more about you and what you do. So it's a first step of acquiring power and influence, sales, and leadership of your organization. Okay, as we conclude our talk on our mission statement, know that our mission statement is the foundation for our vision of success statement, our organizational structure, and our phases of competitive development. Also bear in mind and remember that it's just 2 sentences. It's first sentence is, what are we selling? To whom are we selling? And what makes us competitively different? And another point, I really encourage you to get a copy, and if you're in the class, I believe it's probably recommended reading, a part of our curriculum. But to get your nose in the book, or buy an audio book, The Tipping Point, because it's just one little itty bitty tweak in your mission statement can make the difference between a mediocre business and one that's just a exponential growth for success. Also remember that the mission statement stands for, the power of consistency. So once we get this bell, moving, we want to keep it moving. And remember, it takes 2.5 years of consistently executing your mission statement before the market hears it and starts to respond in an exponential way. Anyway, that concludes our talk on how to develop, write, and establish a mission statement.